Today's episode is quite exciting. We're building steps. And if you remember what the old steps used to look like, where they were built up with the schisto, and on top of that, the granite steps. Also, we're building the pillars so that they can support the roof. And we'll also be in the garden. The stonemasons were here. We couldn't get the delivery of the gravel and the sand inside, so it was dumped outside. So now Andre is moving that manually, and it seems like young Hassan has progressed to other jobs.
Eu vou te pôr ripa no ombro.
Ah, che è seconda? La seconda?
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. That's most of the broad beans cut down now. We planted this bed up in October and we haven't touched it since. Put the beans in and we have done absolutely nothing. We haven't weeded it, we haven't touched it. So I've got a little bit of weeding out to do, but it's not too bad. And the soil looks pretty good.
How are you? Very hot. It is hot, isn't it?
A bit of shade there.
But these are all going into the barn so that we can sit in the shade and chat and pick the beans off.
Well, if this makes it to the video, I should like to do this to Bach. A Bach cantata, please.
What's that? Get another one back here.
So the steps are almost created. Big hole for the foundation. I had joked that a body could be buried in here. I think they worried. I'm a bit sweaty. I've been wood chipping. We're just clearing around some of the mimosa in between the showers. Can't believe it. It's the 2nd of May and sunny today. Last night it was really cold, down to 4 degrees. But it's just unbelievable. Rain, cold. And these guys just keep on going. Antonio's up there setting, getting ready for the beams to go across. Safety bar there. And eventually, pretty soon, we'll be able to get up some steps. Although, over here, we only have 8 granite steps. Can't remember, was it 1 or 2 of the other steps were concrete. So we have to try and find 3 steps. Now I have spotted 3 and I have gone and asked the owners if they'll sell them to me. So I'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with that. Because new stones are not going to be able to look anywhere close to that. New granite, they're going to cut it in a machine, probably a diamond blade, and it'll be a smooth edge. And all of these are really, really rough. Very easy to walk on. I'll just show you again. But you can see they're extremely pitted, but they're super smooth from years and years of use. Very beautiful. The pine bark here. Dan's just making a bit of a kind of a trench in here and pulling out the best of the compost, the ground that's already there, and putting it into the pile here, which will allow us to save the good earth and just fill it with cardboard and pine bark. We're wheeling the pine bark down the land because it's been raining again and the well topped up. However, it means we can't drive the pickup down, so it's got to be the long slog. So we're just going to take a wee quick break to speak to Pedro and be back in a minute.
Tá bom.
Coisa mais altinho.
So these are the basic steps before they put the stones on. We asked if you wanted to see us cook these or eat them, so we're going to do that this evening. Two different styles. I'm wearing gloves because sometimes they're a little bit spiky. Big one for Dan, small one for me. I have a funny wee story to tell you about them, but I'll tell you that later. So let's have a little glimpse into the future. I got some lovely artichokes, Dan.
I'm just peeling off some of the tough outer leaves of the artichoke, the thistle. Now the stems are sometimes edible, but mostly on this variety not very edible. So I'm going to cut the stem off fairly short. Pull the leaves off this one, the outer leaves. Let's give these a good wash now to make sure there's no wildlife in there that we don't really want to eat. The lemon juice just stops the artichoke from going black, from discolouring. So the artichokes are ready when the leaves come off easily. Yeah, they're falling off. They're definitely ready. So these do need to drain standing up so that water drains out of the inside of them. That's a satisfying pop. Can I offer you a glass of rosé?
Yes, please. Will I move it towards you? Cheers.
Cheers.
And cheers to you.
Cheers.
I hope you enjoy this. So the idea is that you just peel off the leaves like that. And there's a little fleshy bit down here. That into the lemon butter. And it sort of comes off in your teeth. Some of mine are a little bit...
Try this one. These are
That's not as
meaty.
meaty. Oh, this variety is better. First time I ever had a fresh artichoke, well, to be honest, was with Dan. And I think we were in Agadir.
Yeah.
And he found them at a market and he said he would make them for us. And I had no idea how to eat them. And so we had this particular meal. And I remember saying to him, because all this butter was kind of dribbling down my face, and I said, not ideal for a first date, would you agree?
When you get down to these kind of thin, almost papery leaves, then you can take a few more off. But then it gets down into fibrous kind of spiky bits. And this bit is really not edible. You'll know about it if you eat this bit. And this is where you scrape this bit off. See how it just comes away from the heart.
It's called the choke, because when you eat it, it feels like you're choking. And I cut around it. Oh, and you can see I get mine out in one piece. And you might be thinking, this is an awful faff for a tiny little bit of food. But I think, well, we both think that eating is such a pleasurable experience and something to enjoy. And especially when we've grown the plant.
This is the really good bit. This is the heart.
And what I like to do is cut it. I like to cut it into quarters like this. Dip into my lemony butter. And that is so good. But that's it for us. See you next time.
Bye.